Hey guys, so I wanted to make this video about free resources for 3D printing. And I see a lot of people comment on, well, I want to get a 3D printer, but I don't even know where to begin, and let alone what I would print or find models to print. So if you want to get into 3D printing, but you're not a 3D modeler, and you don't want to spend a ton of money on, Kickstarters or Patreons or whatever, there's a ton of free resources online for free 3D models, and I'm just gonna highlight a few of the ones that I've used. So I'll just start on this page. If you Google, free 3D printable files, this will probably be one of the results, and it's just a list of websites um, that offer free, and some of them are free and paid. And usually they're STLs or OBJs or whatever file. And I'm just going to highlight a few of these today that I've used. So Thingiverse, I've used CG Trader before, but I'm not going to go over that. Cults and My Mini Factory. So I'll just start with Thingiverse. This is probably the most popular one. And there are just everything on here is free, and there's just everything you could imagine. And it just goes and goes and goes, page after page after page. And a lot of these are for either FDM or resin printers. I only have a resin printer, but I'm sure that you could print a lot of these on both, either or. And there's a ton of variety here. So that's you can see the URL up here, thingiverse.com. Probably, if you're searching around, you will end up on this website pretty quickly. There's just a ton on here. And then the next one is cults. So I think cults and My Mini Factory are probably the most common I've seen, like people selling their 3D printable files. CG Trader and Turbo Squid do sell 3D printable files, but it's mostly models for other industries related to CG, like video games or animation. I think Cults and My Mini Factory are more directly related to 3D printing files, and you'll probably find more variety here. Cults, you have to go digging. I don't know if there is just a section for free, but a lot of it is free. And if you just highlight on something, you'll see down here, this is free, this is free. Baby Groot is free. And I just wanted to highlight here, this is a collection they offer, and I think you can get here from, where is it, collections. And then I went down to busts. Oops. Oh, now we're in collections. Here it is, busts. Oh, well, this is the same as this. And then I went through all of these, and I think every single one of these is free. Pretty cool. And there is some overlap, so yeah, I think this is also available in the next one I'm going to go over, this Nefertiti. But yeah, lots here, all for free. And then, let me close this. And then this is the one that I really wanted to highlight. I've actually printed a couple of these. If you look on my Instagram, I printed out the Michelangelo's David and the Venus de Milo. And I'm going to download a couple of these today. And then in another video, I'm going to show you guys how to set them up to print, which will also be helpful. I think a lot of, or well, at least some of these, you could probably print without any setup. You just throw them right into your machine. And they probably come out pretty good. This may be one of them, because there's a base. You might have some trouble with these paws. But I'll go over that in the next video. Anyway, if you just keep scrolling down. There's just so much here, and this is just one group within My Mini Factory. So My Mini Factory has a ton on here, but a lot of it is paid. This one, Scan the World, I think is a group of different contributors. You'll see here the different icons at the bottom. STW, Scan the World, I think makes up the bulk of it. And essentially what they do is they take classical sculpture and use 3D scanners and go over the whole model and then import them and upload them and make them available to print, which I think is an amazing resource. And, if you're into art history, this is probably the place for you. So I think if you keep scrolling down here, there's a ton of stuff, and some of it is silly too. The further you scroll down, they've got a little homunculus here. This is a famous terrible portrait. There's a whole backstory to this, and you probably have seen memes of this. He was like a first-time sculptor, a newbie sculptor, and attempted to do this bronze likeness bust, and it just came out really awful. But I'm not going to be downloading that one today. I think I'm going to scroll to the top. I think what I want to do is just offer some variety. I'll print out two different ones. So I'll do the Thinker by Rodin, and I'll do this bust of Medusa. And they have a couple different pictures in here. And I'm not sure. This looks like it was already 3D printed out. And if you look at some of these images, I think most of these are FDM printers. And this is why I recommend using a resin printer, especially for these like fine detail models. So you can see these layer lines in here, and they're just not going to be as precise as the resin printers. And if you look at this Medusa bust, this looks like the scan file, and you can see it's super clean. But then if I scroll over, I think this is definitely an FDM print. You can really see those layer lines, and it must have been printed very small. But yeah, if you want to avoid a lot of this, and this model needs some cleanup as well. There's some stringing up here. So this will offer some good variety, because this one's going to be a little bit more difficult to support or to set up to print than the Thinker will. I think this is mostly all right. It has a strong base and not many overhanging parts. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please, if it was, leave me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I got plenty more videos coming about 3D printing. And stay tuned, because in the next video I'll be going over how to set these up. And if there's anything you'd like to see me print out, leave it, or let me know in the comments below, or anything related to 3D printing you want me to cover, let me know below. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.